For more than a decade, digital marketing technologies and ecosystems have dominated marketing spend growth. Traditional advertising has lost part of its attraction as consumers' attention has switched from stationary media to always-on media. Marketers shifted their investments from television, radio, print, events, and outdoor advertising to digital channels such as TikTok and TechTarget as a result. Marketers have been predicting a fall in traditional advertising spending for the past 10 years. According to the 28th edition of the CMO survey, marketers reported a -1.4% yearly reduction in traditional advertising spending from February 2012 to 2022, compared to a 7.8% gain in overall marketing budgets during the same period. Recent data, on the other hand, implies that something is changing. In August 2021 and February 2022, marketers expected that traditional advertising spending will rise by 1.4% and 2.9% respectively, in opposition to the historical tendency. Consumer-facing businesses are leading the way, with B2C service businesses forecasting the highest growth in traditional advertising spending, followed by B2C product businesses. Furthermore, and rather surprisingly, organizations who generate 100% of their revenue through the internet are spearheading this shift, with traditional advertising spending expected to rise 11.7% in the next 12 months. So, why is traditional advertising becoming more popular, and is this trend likely to continue? The shift is being driven by 7 reasons. 1. Cutting through the noise of the digital world. Consumers appear to be increasingly numb to conventional digital advertising and engagement as they spend the majority of their waking hours online. They express dissatisfaction in a negative brand association with digital advertising clutter that prevents them from reading, watching, or surfing a website. According to a HubSpot survey, 57% of people dislike advertising that play before videos, and 43% of people don't even watch them. As a result, marketers are looking for a way to get their message heard above the noise. Traditional advertisements, on the other hand, are generating more interest. According to Marketing Sherpa, more than half of consumers watch traditional television commercials and read print advertisements they receive in the mail from firms they like on a regular basis. According to Ebiquity's research, conventional media channels, which include TV, radio, and print, outperform digital channels in terms of reach, attention, and engagement for the same dollar spent. This performance disparity has grown as the cost of online advertising has risen, especially when considering impression, click, and conversion fraud, while traditional media prices have decreased. Rebalancing expenditure away from digital distractions is simply sound business. 2. Leveraging the consumer's trust in traditional advertising. The top 5 most trusted advertising formats, according to the same Marketing Sherpa survey, are all traditional, with customers trusting print advertising, 82%, television advertising, 80%, direct mail advertising, 76%, and radio advertising, 71%, to make buying decisions. Similarly, traditional advertising such as television, radio, and print is more trusted by British and American consumers than social media advertising. As a result, traditional advertising can be used by marketers to create brand reputation and trust with jaded shoppers. 3. Getting ready for the end of third-party cookies. Marketers have depended on third-party cookies to track website users for years, utilizing extensive data on their search preferences to improve the user experience and target consumers with targeted ads. However, third-party cookies are on their way out, with Google phasing them out of Chrome browsers by late 2023 and Apple making modifications to its operating system. According to the CMO survey, 19.8% of organizations increased their spending on traditional advertising as opposed to internet channel as a result of this. 4. Taking advantage of the emerging podcasting medium. Podcasts, on the other hand, offer an on-demand method that is more similar to traditional radio than banner, display, and other social marketing that frequently occur inside customers' everyday browsing. And this is one of the reasons why podcast is so successful. Podcasts witnessed a 51% rise in available inventory, a 53% increase in new podcasts, and an 81% increase in podcast ad impressions, according to AdsWiz. Podcast ads are effective because listeners trust their podcast hosts and are really impacted by their endorsements, in addition to reaching over 100 million monthly listeners. Indeed, According to Edison Research's Super Listeners 2020 report, 45% of podcast listeners believe the hosts of their favorite shows use the brands advertised on their broadcasts. Almost half of podcast listeners pay more attention to podcast commercials than any other format, according to the same survey. Podcasting has proven to be an effective approach to putting a company's brand in front of a well-suited and attentive audience, given the match of target market to podcast content. 5. Taking use of traditional media's digital boost. Traditional advertisement can be used more effectively and unexpectedly with the help of digital technologies. Who'd have guessed that direct mail would make a comeback, for example? When mailers are linked with a QR code that consumers may scan to learn more, this is exactly what is happening. Furthermore, as Madison Taylor Marketing points out, unique URLs and QR codes enable marketers to collect incredibly granular data, allowing them to construct robust marketing analytics for ROI and attribution while reducing the advantage of digital channels. 6. Perfecting the brands and markets fit. Marketing is both an art and a science that deals with variables and context. This means that for some brands, markets, and messages, traditional advertising is a perfect fit. For example, emotional storytelling advertising like the smart, "Welcome Back" Guinness ad that celebrated the reopening of bars and restaurants following the COVID-19 lockdown continue to thrive on broadcast television. New addressable TV solutions, such as those offered by Finecast, now allow marketers to precisely target viewer segments across on-demand and live-streamed TV, weakening the targeting advantage that internet channels once held. 7. Re-examining the effectiveness of digital media. Because platforms control both the advertising inventory and the means of monitoring, marketers are becoming skeptical of the exaggerated returns of digital media. This has generated worries about ad fraud, as well as the possibility that digital advertising is significantly less effective than reported. The promise of hyper-targeting and personalization in the digital age is also being questioned. For example, recent academic research published in the Journal of Marketing by Jing Li and colleagues reveals that retargeting might backfire if done too early. Furthermore, research has demonstrated that personalization can cause consumer aversion, particularly when the brand is new to the consumer. In short, marketers are realizing that the benefits of digital media can be a double-edged sword, and they're becoming more hesitant to embrace it wholeheartedly. Traditional advertising has been expected to die for a long time by pundits. But in fact, it is alive and well and headed for growth for the first time in a decade. When used simultaneously, traditional and digital marketing may reach more people, create and maintain trust, and encourage consumers to buy from them. That's all for today's video. I hope you find this video useful for you. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. See you on the next video.